Yes, that did it. Hey, guard!
What is it now? What? How? Well, what do you know? The debtors are gone. Sure. Hey, who's that with you?
It's our friend, Brendel.
We don't allow dwarves in Tyrsis. We don't need no non-human scum here.
No. Clearly there's enough human scum here already.
Oh, right. The king and queen of Lee come to call on King Balinor in the middle of the night with a dwarf. Sure.
I am Princess Shella of Lee.
Oh, pleased to meet you, your highness. Yeah, and her highness's father is the king of Tyrsis. Well, you can have a dwarf for a friend. You just can't bring him into Tyrsis. Yeah, take your time. I ain't going nowhere.
Figured this would happen. Hey, guard, you gonna let us in?
Go away!
You can see for yourself. It's important these two see the king. Open the gates.
I told you, no dwarfs!
You two go in. I'll go back to my hut.
No. We said we'd get you into the city. Yes. I'm sure he'll do something about this.
It's an idea.
Jack, Brendel, can't we work this out?
Some other time, maybe. So, guard, you gonna let these two in or not?
No, N-O, no dwarfs!
They aren't dwarves.
Okay, you two. In. Dwarf, you try anything, I'll put a crossbow bolt into you quicker than I can look over the top of you.
Goodbye. For now, Brendel.
Bye. Oh, yeah, and thanks for trying.
You wish to see King Balinor Buchanan? I'm afraid the king is far too busy to see just anyone who wanders into Tyrsis in the dead of night without proper escort or writ of passage. You two may not have noticed, but Tyrsis is in a state of emergency. If you'll declare your business, I will judge if it is of sufficient value to disturb His Majesty. That door leads down to the parks surrounding the castle. If you wish to see the vault of the sword of Shannara, you may do so with my permission.
What is that thing? It looks like a wall.
That door leads to the lower levels of the castle. It is not your privilege to wander there.
I would like to see the wine cellar where my father and the dwarf Hindle stood off Brona's army during the last war.
Such a tour can be arranged later, if you are still in Tyrsis. No one knows. It appeared about the same time as the walking corpses. There is only one way into the vault, and unless the barrier is banished, you will never get the sword. You may as well accept that as fact, and return...
We won't leave until we get the sword.
Then I suppose I will be plagued with you for a long time. That is the Tyrsis Royal Library. You may not enter without permission of the king. You may not disturb His Majesty unless you are invited to do so. Well, you didn't expect life to be easy, now did you?
We won't... We've got to get the sword. If the problem is magical, then we'll have to learn more about magic.
The insignia of the House of Lee? I presume this is yours, Princess Sheila.
No, I stole it.
Very humorous. However, I will make the proper arrangements, and perhaps the king will be able to see you sometime later.
It's critical that we see him as soon as possible.
I will so inform His Majesty.
So Brona is behind this rising of the dead. When Shay destroyed him long ago, we hoped the warlock lord was gone forever. Each night, for weeks now, the risen dead roam the streets of Tyrsis, attacking everything. The Border Legion defends the weaker sections, but much of the city is still overrun. When a guard dies in battle, he rises again as a walking corpse, and our guards must fight the bodies of fallen comrades. It seems hopeless. Thanks to you, we can drive them off with laurel wood, but that's a temporary solution. We need to use the sword of Shannara to defeat Brona once more. But the sword vault has been surrounded by a magical barrier from the time the dead first attacked the city. None can pass that barrier, and none can defeat it. Our only hope is that Al-Anon will arrive soon and find a way for you to regain the sword.
But Al-Anon's journeying to the northeast. We don't know when he'll get here. We can't just wait for him.
Princess Sheila, you and Jack Ormsford seem to be the pawns of destiny against Brona this time. Do whatever you think is necessary to regain the sword of Shannara. I have vital business with the Parliament for most of the day, so you will be on your own. You must forgive me, for I must return to my duties. I will speak with you both later.
His Majesty has given you permission to wander through Tyrsis unescorted and unsupervised. I suggest that you refrain from random pilferage and destruction.
And I thought my father had a big library. This is amazing. Doesn't that look like a picture of Brendel? The caption says this is a drawing of Hindle. Do you suppose they were related? There's certainly a resemblance.
I trust you two found the library satisfactory.
What is in that locked cabinet in the library?
Locked cabinet? Oh, the one at the back of the room. That has been locked for some time. I believe it contains a book that belonged to the former advisor of the king's brother. It contained some references to magic, so it was locked away. You needn't concern yourselves.